If you're ready to run a thriving business using the Business and Hobbies expansion pack, then you've come to the right place. And we're going to dive right on into everything you need to know to get started. Let's go. Now the first thing you'll need to do is create a space to run your business. This can be on your home lot or on a separate community lot that you'll turn into a small business venue lot type once it's purchased. Keep in mind though that separate lots need to be purchased in full, meaning that they'll have a much higher upfront cost. You can open a business on your own lot by using the business section of your phone to register a small business, which costs 750 simoleons, and this will open an interface where you can start bringing your business to life. If you're purchasing a separate lot, then instead use the business section of your phone to buy a small business venue lot before selecting the lot that you want to purchase. I do suggest keeping the start off with a preset small business checkbox ticked, which will automatically register a small business for 750 simoleons. It's now time to set up your business. If you bought the business for your home lot, then your business settings will automatically appear. But if you bought a separate lot, then from the small business section of the owned business panel at the bottom right of your screen, you'll want to click on the small business settings button to start bringing your business to life. Here you can choose your business's icon, decide on a name, and additionally give your business a description. But perhaps more importantly is that this is where you can set up your business activities which determine how your clientele interacts with your business. There's a range of business presets that are great for getting you started. However, know that you can also adjust these activities by removing them or adding more. For example, maybe you're running a gym, but then you also have a pool at your gym and want to run a cafe inside of it too. You can choose the gym preset and then add drink coffee and swim to your business activities. There are heaps of activities that you can make use of with a lot of cross-compatibility with other packs should you own them. And by mixing and matching various activities, you can bring all sorts of businesses to life. Just know that there is a limit of 5 business activities. Additionally, know that if you create a new type of business that you love, then you can also save it as a new preset too. Now let's look at your business lot assignment. This will be set to the lot that you opened your business on. However, you can actually assign your business to multiple lots, which allows you to have one type of business with multiple stores, and essentially create a kind of franchise or chain. Though also note that each store will have to be purchased. Keep in mind that staff members will be the same across multiple lots that are assigned to the same business, and that your star rating will carry across too. Now let's look at target customers, which is a way to set preferred and required criteria for Sims that visit your business. When adding these, you'll choose a broad category and then refine the criteria within the details section. Note, however, that initially this will make those customers preferred and more likely to visit your store. However, if you want to make it a strict requirement, then you can tick the Make Selected Criteria Required checkbox. Preferred criteria won't have a border, but required criteria will have a green border and a tick next to it. While you won't always want to set target customers, it can be helpful in some situations. For example, for preventing teenagers from showing up at a nightclub, or preventing elders from attending your gym, because seriously they kept on dying at mine, like rather often. Now before we look at entrance fees and making money from a business more broadly, we first need to talk about zoning. This can be done by clicking on rooms while in build mode and then choosing to make them either public, employees only, or residential. Public zoned spaces are open to anyone and everyone. Employees only zoned spaces are open to your household and any employees that you might have, so it's great for things like a staff room. And finally, residential zoned spaces will only be accessible to you and your household. Especially if you're opening a small business on your home lot, then you'll more than likely want to assign any home living areas to be residential so that they remain independent from the business that you're running. Also know that outdoor areas that aren't fenced in will always be public. Next up, it's time to look at making money with your business, and there are 3 main ways to do this. The first is by charging an entrance or hourly fee to be at your business. And if you're going down this path, then you'll need to have a ticket kiosk on your small business lot. Then either from the kiosk or from the Edit Business interface, you can choose to either disable this to not charge a fee, or alternatively charge a one-time fee or an hourly fee. Somewhat annoyingly, you can't input your own entrance fee prices. Rather, the price will be automatically set based on your business's star rating as well as the price modifier you choose. When it comes to star rating, every time your business's star rating increases, the base entrance prices will also increase slightly too. Then in terms of price modifiers, you can alter the price to be between 50% cheaper and 100% more expensive than the base price. Also, while it's hard to say for sure, I do think that a higher price point has a small impact on reducing the amount of customers that will pay for your business's services. The next way to make money is through paid services. Examples of this include mentoring other Sims in various skills, leading skill classes using the Sharing is Caring hobby whiteboard, selling food and drink at a coffee bar or a regular bar, and offering tattoos to other Sims, as well as heaps more. When offering a service, you'll need to ensure that either you yourself or an employee is working to provide that service, and we'll talk about staffing soon. Then the final way to make money with your business is by selling items through retail displays. Now I will flag that I think that the retail experience with this pack isn't the best. Should you be selling items, then you'll firstly want to ensure that browse and buy items is one of your business's activities, and items you plan to sell need to be placed on a retail display. Objects placed on retail displays will instantly be set for sale as shown through the red sales tag that appears when they're placed. Also yes, this does mean that you can't sell anything that doesn't fit on a display. Now by clicking on a retail display, you can change your store's price modifier, but note that this changes it for the whole store, including changing one-time or hourly entry fees, rather than just changing the prices of items on the specific display that you selected. So it's a bit clunky. You can also choose to stock a retail display to then select and place multiple objects from your inventory onto it at once. Notably, if you're selling food, then you'll want to place it in the cool display case, or alternatively the sweet treats display case if you have access to it, as these displays will significantly extend the shelf life of food that you're selling. Also in good news, the refrigerated or baker's cousin displays from Get to Work also work well for this. You'll also need to be aware that unlike retail businesses from Get to Work where you can restock items that you sell, there is no restocking in small businesses, meaning that each piece of food or crafted goods sold needs to be made from scratch and then manually placed onto a retail display in order to be sold, which gets pretty old really fast. Personally, what I've found works best is that where possible, you'll want to hire a sim and assign them to make the objects that you're selling, which in many cases seems to eliminate the cost of creating the object altogether. You can then go on to sell what your employee makes. This doesn't work for everything, but it can help with stores selling treats and baked goods, and potentially paintings if your employee doesn't pocket the paintings they create. Overall though, in my opinion, the execution of retail style small businesses is pretty bad, and I honestly wouldn't make it your core business, as I just don't feel it's set up to be fun. Instead, I feel it works a lot better as a secondary business feature. Also, a final note that of the 3 money-making methods mentioned, you can incorporate as many or as few of them as you want into any business. Now let's look at staffing. From the business panel, you can select the Manage Employees button. From here, you can hire up to 3 Sims to help run your small business. And from this interface, you can also fire them if needed too. Notably, you can only hire Sims that you already know, and once hired, then from this interface you can choose to manage their pay. Employees have a standard pay, but you can also reduce this to low pay or increase it to high pay. As you'd likely expect, staff that's paid better will generally be happier and less likely to quit. Then right next to the Manage Employees button is the all-important Manage Employee Tasks button. Each employee can have up to 5 tasks set which they'll autonomously do while your business is open. Of most importance in my opinion is ensuring that you have staff to provide any ongoing services that tie into your business. For example, to run bars or offer lectures and classes if your business offers these. You'll also likely want a staff member that takes care of things like cleaning and repairs. You can also assign your business owner sim tasks too, which your sim will autonomously do when your business is open. Finally, know that next to the Manage Employees Task button is the Employee Uniforms button, whereby you can design and assign feminine and masculine uniforms to your staff. Let's keep going now and look at a business's star rating and renown. Your business will begin as a 0-star business, but by offering up a good customer experience, this will improve over time through the earning of renown. Visiting customers will review your business, and should they have a positive experience, then your renown will be boosted. Building strong relationships with your customers, keeping your business clean and equipment repaired and maintained, having everything needed for Sims to complete the business activities offered, and creating a nicely decorated space will all contribute to making your business successful, and thus having patrons reward your business with renown. And as your renown increases, so too will your business's star rating. Increasing your business's star rating has a range of benefits. Notably, it'll increase the amount of Sims that come to your business and additionally boost the base price of entry and hourly fees for Sims that visit too. On top of this, each time you increase your business's star rating, you'll earn 2 to 3 small business perk points, maxing out at 12 total perk points when you're a 5-star business. And of course, you can use these to pick up a range of different perks that can assist in running your business, making money, or causing chaos. While I won't go into each perk in this video, know that they're split up into 3 categories, being Schemer, Neutral, and Dreamer, and that the perks you pick up and how you use them can impact on your business's alignment. And your business's alignment is what we'll look at next, which somewhat resembles famous Sims' reputation. Your business will begin with a neutral alignment. However, depending on your actions, it can swing towards Schemer or Dreamer. As you play, you can encounter small business dilemmas, which you can react to in different ways to progress in either the Schemer or Dreamer alignment. Additionally, using many Dreamer-aligned business perks will strengthen your Dreamer alignment. And on the flip side, using Schemer-aligned business perks will strengthen your Schemer alignment. When it comes to the Dreamer path, you'll first enter into the Lawful alignment, then Scrupulous, and finally the Virtuous alignment. In terms of being a Schemer, you'll first enter into the Illicit alignment, then an Underground alignment, and finally the worst alignment possible being a Nefarious alignment. The more your alignment progresses down the Dreamer or Schemer path, the more you'll notice customers that resonate with your business's alignment frequenting your business. Additionally, reaching certain alignment checkpoints can unlock new things too. For example, after reaching the Scrupulous Dreamer alignment, you can get invited to join inspirational seminars, which is a rabbit hole event that can increase a Sim's charisma skill. Conversely, after reaching the Underground Schemer alignment, you can get invited to join secret missions, which again is sadly just a rabbit hole event that can earn you around 1,000 simoleons. Keep in mind though that reaching the extremes of either the Dreamer or Schemer alignment can have negative consequences, with your Sims friends and family being more opinionated about your business practices, and additionally it'll be more difficult to have romantic relationships with Sims who don't align with your traits. Plus, it also opens your Sim up to obtaining new fears as well, such as the fear of being exposed, and we all know how annoying fears are. Many of these traits are brought into play through either the Utopian Advocate trait for virtuous Dreamer Sims, or the Supreme Trickster trait for nefarious Schemer Sims. Note that while these traits will remain if you sell your business, they'll disappear if your business alignment changes. So for example, if you have a Sim with the Supreme Trickster trait whose business eventually enters into a Dreamer alignment, then the Supreme Trickster trait will be lost. Also keep in mind that your alignment has no impact on what perks you can obtain, meaning that even a virtuous Sim can still unlock a perk from the Schemer alignment. Now just before finishing up, some final quick bits of information. From the Owned Business panel, you can also check out your financial overview. You'll also get a financial overview when you close your business too, and importantly, this will show one thing that you're doing well and one thing that you could be doing better, which is a good way to get a sense of how you can improve your business. Additionally, from the Owned Business panel, you can also sell your business. However, truthfully, I feel this is balanced quite poorly, as a business barely sells for anything. Even a 5-star business will only sell for 1,250 simoleons, which is nothing when compared to what a 5-star business can make. Moving on, and when running a business, consider completing the esteemed entrepreneur aspiration, which ties in really well. Completing this awards your sim with the beloved brand trait, which will see sims leave your business with more positive reviews. Finally, businesses can only be opened for up to 24 hours at a time, and it costs 75 simoleons to open your business each time. And that's all the basics and hopefully everything you need to know about running a business using the Business and Hobbies expansion pack in The Sims 4. If you enjoyed or found this helpful, then please subscribe and leave a like. I would really appreciate it, and I hope you have an amazing day. See you later!